Call of Duty Black Ops is a third-person tactical shooter game developed by Treyarch and released in 2010. The game, which features single-player and multiplayer modes, was published by Activision in 2010 and 2016 for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3, Wii, Xbox 360 and One, and in 2012 by Aspire Media for macOS.
Where were you born?
Kiss my ass! Ah!
This game, the second entry in the Black Ops timeline, takes place during the Cold War, mainly in the 1960s. Here we see CIA agent Alex Mason being interrogated and forced to recall his past missions. We learn about his secret missions in Cuba, Vietnam, the USSR, and other places through his memories. The game is loved for its blend of psychological tension and war themes, and it's considered one of the most popular and story-rich entries in the series.
It's over. We won. For now.
The version of the same game created for the Nintendo DS was developed by InSpace in 2010 and published by Activision. This game also takes place during the Cold War era, mainly in the 1960s, and focuses on covert operations. Unlike the first game, here Mason is just an NPC, and the characters we control are Michael Shaw, Yuri Razlov, Thomas Hayes, David Vance, and James West. Although it has a shorter gameplay time, this version, which is part of the Black Ops timeline, still features events in Cuba, Vietnam, the USSR, and other locations. In addition to the campaign, the game also includes multiplayer and zombie modes, making it a must-play for Nintendo DS and Call of Duty fans. Considered a spin-off of Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops Mobile, developed by Glue Mobile and published by Activision, was created in 2010 for the Java platform Micro Edition. In this mobile game, set in 1967, we play as William James Bennett and are sent with a team of operatives to a region in Vietnam to disrupt enemy plans. Fighting enemies through jungles and tunnels, Bennett, despite losing some of his comrades along the way, manages to take control of an ambushed helicopter. This game proved that Call of Duty could be played not only on PC but also on mobile devices, sparking even more interest among fans of the franchise. Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies is a spin-off game developed by IdeaWorks Game Studio and Marmalade Game Studio. The game, which features single-player and multiplayer modes, was published by Activision and Glue Mobile in 2011 for iOS and 2012 for Android. In this game dedicated to zombies, players can fight and eliminate zombies endlessly, either alone or together with their friends. In a variety of different maps, using both familiar and new weapons, you can defeat zombies and complete the tasks the game sets for you. You must grow stronger to face increasingly powerful waves of zombies, make use of destructive weapons and special abilities, and survive to complete the game. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is one of the main games developed by Treyarch and published by Activision in 2012 for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 and Wii U, and Xbox One in 2017.
It's a prisoner swap, and right fucking then I should have known.
Black Ops 2 is based on events that take place in the late 1980s and in 2025, featuring two main storylines. The first follows Alex Mason and Jason Hudson during the Cold War era, while the second focuses on David Mason, Alex Mason's son, and Raul Menendez, the leader of an organization in 2025. In this game, where the story's progression changes depending on the player's choices, we fight enemies and work to stop Menendez's plans using both classic and modern weapon technologies. Since every decision creates a different future, players shouldn't rush their choices and should act according to the situation at hand.
We need weapons, not soldiers.
Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified was developed by Instigate Games and Mercenary Technology and published by Activision in 2012 exclusively for the PlayStation Vita. Set between the events of Black Ops and Black Ops 2, Declassified features familiar characters such as Alex Mason and Frank Woods. In addition to the campaign, the game includes multiplayer and hostiles modes. The story depicts various operations carried out during the Cold War across different countries. Aimed at filling the narrative gaps within the Black Ops universe, the game also explores some of Mason and Woods' past covert missions. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was published by Activision and developed in 2015 by Treyarch for PlayStation 4, Microsoft Windows, and Xbox One, by Beenox for PlayStation 3, and by Aspyr Media for macOS in 2019.
Hendrix, what the f are you doing?
Set 40 years after Black Ops 2, this game's world has seen technology, cybernetic implants, and artificial intelligence develop to the point where the line between human and machine is almost non-existent. In the story centered around our hero, who is equipped with a system called DNI, they encounter enemies while investigating the lost Black Station and fall under the influence of a virus called Corvus. Despite fighting in both the physical and virtual worlds, our hero prevails, while Hendrix, who is infected by the virus, remains under its control. In this game, where difficult decisions must be made, we fight against Hendrix and other enemies while simultaneously trying to neutralize the virus.
You're not real. None of this is!
Call of Duty Black Ops 4 was published by Activision and developed by Treyarch with assistance from Raven Software for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and by Beenox with assistance from Blizzard Entertainment for Microsoft Windows in 2018.
You're thanking me for this?
Check your scope.
This Black Ops game does not have a campaign mode, but it offers players many modes to spend their time in. The first and fundamental mode of the game is multiplayer, which brings together people from all over the world in the same arena and determines who is stronger through combat. There is also a zombies mode, where we try to mow down all the zombies that come our way. With Blackout, we enter the Battle Royale mode, where we gather weapons and equipment at the location we land and ensure that no one else remains on the map. However, the 10-round training in the Specialist HQ mode, which includes a campaign-like experience, at least manages to satisfy those who love campaigns. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War was published by Activision and developed by Treyarch and Raven Software for PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Series XS, and by Beenox for Microsoft Windows in 2020.
Elevator conversation always gets awkward.
Set after the events of Black Ops 4, Cold War, as its name suggests, is based on events taking place in the late 1980s. Featuring well-known characters like Alex Mason, Frank Woods, and Jason Hudson, the game puts us in the role of Bell, a character we create ourselves, as we carry out missions and complete assigned tasks. The ability to create our own character adds a new layer to the game, not only by introducing customization, but also by allowing NPCs to react differently depending on our choices and responses. As in Black Ops 2, the game's ending changes based on the player's decisions, leading to multiple possible outcomes. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was published by Activision and developed by Treyarch and Raven Software for PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Series XS, and by Beenox for Microsoft Windows in 2024.
We are in this together. Till the end.
In this game, which takes place after the events of Black Ops Cold War, hidden secrets, betrayals, and various intrigues once again come to light. Set in 1991, the story follows a team sent to Iraq to rescue the Minister of Defense. However, their mission is compromised when they encounter a military force known as Pantheon. The team discovers that Pantheon possesses a psychochemical weapon called Cradle, and as they attempt to stop it, they learn that Jane Harrow, whom they believe to be on their side, is actually the enemy. Though she manages to escape, Jane is eventually killed by Case Calderon. Yet she wasn't the only Pantheon member infiltrating the CIA, and the team must now deal with the remaining operatives as part of their future missions. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is a game that will be published by Activision next month of this year, and is developed by Treyarch and Raven Software for PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Series XS, and by Beenox for Microsoft Windows. Set in 2035, 10 years after the events of Black Ops 2, this game follows David Mason and his team, codenamed Spectre 1, as they investigate the reappearance of Raul Menendez, who was believed dead and is now threatening to destroy the world in 3 days. Naturally, David is not alone in facing such a threat. On this mission, he is assisted by Mike Harper, Eric Samuels, and Leilani Tapula, Colonel Troy Marshall, as well as Emma Kagan, the former head of a criminal organization who now leads a technology company. Coming after Black Ops 6 in the timeline, what more do you expect from this game, and how do you anticipate the events will unfold and conclude?